Exciting day, exciting day. How excited are you?
Very excited.
We're driving right now to go pick up our brand new project vehicle. We're gonna go down to JDM Offroad. We bought in Japan a very special rig. I think you'll be surprised by what it is, because it's kind of a weird one. It's unique. It's unique to say the least. Would you describe it as unique?
I would describe it that you need to have a pretty good imagination to be able to see where it's going.
So let's go down there and pick this thing up. Right behind me is our new truck. It is a JDM Nissan Patrol Firetruck. This is a inline 6-cylinder, manual transmission, right-hand drive, 4x4, double cab with the Firetruck module on the back. We're gonna take that off. We're gonna do something else cool. Should be awesome to see this come together. Big thank you to Brian at JDM Offroad down here in Everett. He did an awesome job getting it over here from Japan. It was a lot of work. Customs flagged us, so it had to go for further inspection, but we're very excited to finally have it here. Nissan Safari. So this is our new adventure vehicle. We're going to figure out how to convert a fire truck into a very capable retro overland vehicle. Why did we get this car? There are so many great options on the market. You have the Gladiator, the Wrangler, Ram pickup, F-150s, Ford full-size, F-250s and 350s, Toyota Tacomas, Toyota 4Runners. You have the FJ Cruiser and a bunch of other great modern vehicles. To be completely honest with you guys, it was price. We were able to get this vehicle landed here in the US for just about $15,000. It has 7,000 kilometers on it, so that's roughly 4,500 miles. Sure, it's older, it doesn't have power windows, it doesn't have power locks, it is carbureted, so there are some things to contend with, but for $15,000, it is pretty dang hard to get any modern vehicle with that little mileage. I just don't think we would have found another option at this price point that would be one of those modern vehicles that I just discussed. So let's take a closer look at the truck as it sits right now. We definitely need to do a ton of improvements to make it work. Luckily, we left some room in the budget with such a cheap purchase price. And then as a note real quick, if you guys are thinking about possibly importing a vehicle at some point, put a comment below and let me know. We would love to do a video that goes over everything we had to do and how to import a vehicle properly. Let's take a look at the truck now and we'll go over, as it sits right now from Japan, how it is. So the mechanical, that's a very important piece of an overland vehicle, is what you're starting with mechanically. This is a 4.2 liter inline 6, so we're getting tons of torque. It's definitely not fast, but it has plenty of power to push its weight around. We have a solid front and rear axle. Awesome feature in my opinion. Obviously, us coming from the Gladiator, we like solid front and rear axles. They're very durable, quite easy to work on. Steering is a little bit simplified, and you're not dealing with control arms that are likely to break and other components that are just smaller and a little weaker. A manual transmission, 5-speed, still the same layout of the shift pattern, so I have been learning how to shift properly with my left hand. Beyond that, there's really nothing else mechanically to talk about because it's a super simple rig. So it is a Inline 6 manual transmission with solid front and rear axles. So the last piece of mechanical would be the wheels and tires. Currently it's a split rim, which is super dangerous but good for commercial rigs, and the tires that are on it are essentially miniature semi tires. They are extremely hard, extremely tough. They're 12 ply. They have pretty much no traction at all. It has been raining and snowing for the last couple of days here in Washington, and I have been afraid to drive this thing because it doesn't have any traction on the tires it's on. So tires are in desperate need of upgrade. That will be probably one of the first pieces that we upgrade. I'm thinking of going with a 35, maybe a 33-inch tire, but I don't know. Tell me, what do you think would look good and function great on this vehicle? So now interior features. This is a short conversation because there are none. It has crank windows, manual door locks, manual steering. It has a couple of stick shifts here for the T-case and the transmission. We do have a parking brake. That's a nice feature to have, and it works great. We have a PTO currently on this because there's a PTO to run the fire engine pump for the water pump back there. We're going to be removing all that, so hopefully we'll be able to get rid of the additional stick that's where a center console should be. I'm going to need to install a center console at some point, so we'll do a build series on that where I'll design and build a center console, at least a couple cup holders, place to put a coffee, and some place to, you know, throw some knickknacks. It has no stereo of any kind. Pretty wild. Didn't even know you could buy a car with no stereo. So there's no door speakers. I'm gonna have to figure out a place to add speakers. One cool part about this being a Patrol Safari is we have this bubble roof. Some people cut those off and will put a flat roof on them when they convert them. I'm gonna stick with it. I really like the bubble roof. You guys can tell me what you think. I think we can make some really cool storage out of the bubble roof area above our heads, and we might be able to like store clothes and other light items up there. The interior is pretty much perfect. It's just a little bit dirty at the moment, but pretty much in great shape because it is such low miles. We have 7,071 kilometers currently on this vehicle, so it really hasn't been used a bunch. Interior is in great shape. It just has absolutely no features at all. So we have a lot of work to do on the interior to make it comfortable. It does have really great heat. Unfortunately, no AC. So if we take this car south, we'll be windows down on the highway. Has seat belts. That's great. No airbags at all. I really, really love Japanese culture, especially their car culture. And the steering wheel is something that they're really big about updating. I think that since this doesn't have an airbag, it's a great opportunity to put like a really, really nice JDM style wood grain steering wheel. You guys let me know. What do you think we should do as far as the steering wheel goes? Everything else is really clean, and I kind of just want to leave it alone because it's so nice. So let's take a look at the fire engine part, because that's quickly going to be removed because we have some other plans for that, but I want you guys to see it before we take it off. So this is the fire engine part. Comes with a variety of hoses. As far as I know, the pump is functional. There's a lot of cool things on this. I actually found a shovel that's mounted underneath the rear bumper, so that's pretty cool. We're definitely going to transfer that over to the new build. I'm going to find some other pieces, maybe some of these hand grabs, that kind of stuff that we can take to the new build that we're going to do for the back of this. If you guys have any suggestions for what we should do with the back, definitely let us know. I have some base ideas, and I've been talking to some of the brands that we know and love and work with about some options. You guys let me know. All the writing on this is obviously in Japanese, so I've only been able to figure out what I can use Google Translate on, and it still doesn't really make a ton of sense to me. It's probably because I'm not a firefighter and I'm not Japanese. But we're not really worried about this too much. I just wanted you guys to see it because it's definitely going to come off fairly quickly. We plan on taking it off in the next couple of days so that we can get going with taking measurements for all of the fun stuff that we have coming up. But I wanted you guys to get to see it.